Hey there, my name is Juha Tunkelo, and if you've been following me for any length of time, you probably know that I'm a big proponent of what I like to call the effortless lifestyle. And this short video is about the 7 cornerstones of an effortless lifestyle. And I've been talking to a lot of people, and I have yet to see anybody who wants to have it harder in their life. Everybody wants to have a more effortless life. So that's why I want to say to you, stop stressing already. Because um, in my work with professional clearing and all other kinds of consulting and mentoring and things like that I do these days, I see people simply doing things too much the hard way. And it's simply about assumptions, what you've been taught, and so on. So follow me along for a little bit. Take a moment with me and just simply appreciate life now. These two wonderful beings are my precious kids. My son, who is 9 years old in this picture, and my daughter, who is 4 years old, and they always remind me every day what it is like to appreciate life now. They always bring me back to, hey Dad, let's go to the beach. Let's do this. When you want to play with me, read me something, whatever it is, they appreciate life now. And I'm gonna go and say, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 120, it's still good for you to appreciate life now. So with that, let's go on to the first principle. And that is the all-important uncoupling of work and pay. Here's what I mean. You want to work less while making more. And if you've been holding a job for a long time, it may seem like that's completely impossible or illogical even. If you work less, you won't get, you won't hold that job for long and so on. But the point is, if you look at the people who make more money uh, in the company that employs you, they work less. I'm sorry, but they do. And that's a simple fact of life. If you work less, you make more. Whether you are being employed by somebody else or self-employed or you have your own company. And some of the things I'm going to be talking about here are geared towards those who either have their own business or want to have their own business, but the same principles apply wherever you are in life. And and like I say, the only way to work less and make more is to uncouple work and pay. And if you're working on an hourly salary or a weekly or monthly salary or anything that is tied to your effort, then you can't do that. So you have to find a way, maybe do something half-time, or maybe just create a business in which you create products or whatever that you can somehow uncouple work and pay. If you want to, you can still work all day and night. I don't recommend it, but once you start getting this little switch happening where you don't have to work, and sometimes when people go into their own business, they work even more for the same pay, and that doesn't really make sense. And in the end, it's all about creating assets that pay you. If you've read Robert Kiyosaki's famous Rich Dad Poor Dad, you know all about this. But the thing is, you can do this in so many ways, and there's a way for everybody to do this. Whether you're into real estate, whether you're into money markets, whether you're into information products, there's something for everybody. That's true. That's just the truth. And yes, the slight drawback is that some upfront expenditure of energy is required because you're going to have to create something before you can charge for it. But when it's done, you can charge for it indefinitely. And there are many systems you can create to have this kind of situation. You can build a membership site, you can uh, write a book, you can write a screenplay, you can have all kinds of things, creative things that can pay you residuals over time, over months, and even years and decades. A lot of actors in Hollywood, for example, they haven't worked in years and still they live a comfortable lifestyle because of the residuals that they keep getting. And you want to get into a business or or some kind of situation where you can create a similar situation. Now, principle 2 is focus on maximum value delivery, and not even value creation, but value delivery. You have to make sure that you actually be able to deliver it. And here's the thing, unless you have massive reach, like a massive email list, or you're piggybacking on a huge corporation in some way or another, you must focus on maximum value that you can deliver. And this is something just you need to get into your system. And even if you have a massive list, you managed to do that, you probably did it because you focused on massive value delivery. You were able to be helpful to a lot of people. And so it all comes back to that. So you want to deliver the best you got to the ones who appreciate the most. And this might sound like it's obvious, and a lot of other people teach this, but this is just a principle that you can apply and should apply if you want the effortless lifestyle. And you can think about, well, I could start here and start low and then work your way up. It doesn't really work if you think about life. If you really want to make your mark, and if you really want to flip a switch or many switches so that you will get there faster, then you really have to do this. And I've in some past videos I've referred to this as premium income. I taught a class a few years ago. I haven't done it in quite some time. I'm not sure if I will, but you may remember this. Okay, let's move on to principle 3, and that is to create a life, not just a career. A lot of people are sort of owned by their careers, or what they perceive where they should be going. And instead, if you want an effortless lifestyle, you want to focus on what you want to experience in life, instead of, well, if I do this, then I'll be able to experience it. You want the experience first, and then you're able to mold your life, your career accordingly, and perhaps attract the things that will get you there. And the things to think about are things like where you need to be. Can you do what you can you achieve what you want to achieve where you are now, or do you have to move to another city? Is your line of business more viable? If you want to make movies, you better move to Los Angeles, perhaps. Or if you want to play soccer, you know, why not move to Brazil or England, for instance? But that might be something you need to do. What kind of house do you want to live in? Do you want to be renting or owning? What kind of hours do you want to work? All these are choices, and they're not situations. So you need to flip a switch again. So the point is to make your career revolve around you, not you around your career, because life moves fast, and before you know it, another decade has gone by, and you wonder what happened. So that's what I recommend. And you gotta make it work the way that it works for you. You need to make lists of everything that has worked for you, and just choose those things that work for you and not for somebody else. Okay, principle 4 is about leveraging your networks. If you want to live effortlessly, that's what you need to do. And here's the thing, you probably have a much larger network than you think. When I talk to especially new entrepreneurs, they're like, well, you know, it's easy for this and this people because they have this huge network. And everybody started where you are. And if you really take pen and paper and write down everybody you have access to, there's probably a lot more. And if you look at your LinkedIn account, look at your school time, you know, college friends or whatever, you probably have a lot bigger network than you think. And again, know which way of working makes you thrive. In other words, if you like to just create stuff, create your assets, and have a team built around you, then you have to accept that and go for that. Or rather, if you want to build a team and work within a team, then you need to do that. You need to know how you want to leverage that network of yours, and this is how you increase little by little your effortlessness in life. So, principle 5: always stay sharp. And here's the thing: when you're holding a job, you can do almost anything, you know, and you can just work long hours. You can work yourself to death, but leave that to the so-called desk jockeys who enjoy that sort of existence. Don't do that. Instead, invest in yourself, in your health, your vibrant health, your knowledge, your skills, your professional skills and other skills, your well-being, because it all contributes to your ability to create those assets that will create an effortless life for you. And you also need to balance it out. You need rest, you need activity, and you need fun. Leave out any one of these three, and you're going to be exhausted one way or another, or you're not getting the results you want. So, out of those things that work for you, create a success routine that works for you. Do you meditate in the morning and evening? Do you go swimming or play tennis? Whatever it is for you, you build a rhythm throughout the day and throughout the week that works for you, that creates results. Okay, principle 6, and this is a big one. And once again, especially with new entrepreneurs, a lot of people stress about, well, this doesn't work and that doesn't work. It doesn't matter. Don't go around fixing things. Fixing things, contrary to popular belief, is a total waste of time. You're not going to, if you have maybe 2 or max 3 things in your life or in your business that need fixing, okay, maybe you can actually salvage those. But if you have any more, 5, 10, 20, 30, then all you're doing is fixing and you don't get anything done. So instead, make a note of everything that clearly worked, even just one time, but you know that, okay, it felt right, it worked for me, I got some good results, and then you go ahead and repeat it. You take everything on that list, whether you have one thing or 10 things, and you repeat that. And when you do that, it keeps you afloat, financially and otherwise. And when you do that, you have more time to experiment, to find more things that again work for you. That's very, very crucial. Now, the final principle: be yourself only. Don't look at what others are doing. Go ahead and listen to other people, even like people like me, but don't copy. Do things as they come to you, as you find them. And here's the thing: being yourself is really easy. There's no learning required. We are sort of, as a society, we are taught to sort of have a certain distrust if you haven't learned something and learn it the right way in the right schools, and blah blah. All you need is to be yourself, and everything flows from that. If you really, there's no getting to work on it. You just need to unlearn, and just stop trying to be something and be yourself. And in the end, you just need to trust what feels good to you, what feels right to you. And as the bard said, to thine own self be true. Truer words couldn't be said. So, what's the reward of flipping the switch on these 7 principles of effortless lifestyle? Well, only the greatest fulfillment in life. Everybody wants fulfillment. And it might be a big yacht like this one close to my home, or it might be, I don't even know. It might be having a bigger family, taking more vacations. It might be having more money, moving to another place. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you get more and more fulfillment. That's what an effortless lifestyle is for. And with that, I hope you found at least a couple of these principles that you can put to use right away. And if you have any questions, get in touch and I'll explain some more. Okay, thank you. Have a great day.